talk to you about, again, contactors and time clocks and timers and a way to control things. So what I have here is a DIN rail mounted timer that's going to control this contactor. Now I got this all on contactordepot.com. Enter HENELEC10, you get 10% off contactordepot.com. Great products. So what I have is a light setup here and a timer. Now, ignore the mess, but what we want to do is we want to control pool fountains, my pool fountains, okay? So I'm simulating the light bulb as a pool fountain. So what I have set up here, I have a 110 volt setup here with this Wagyu. So I've got 110 volt here. So I've got my hot and my neutral right here. Now, I just use these because it's simple as a laboratory to just add in wires as I need it. So if we look at the hot side, you can see how many hots are coming off, right? Now, let's ignore this piece right now. Let's talk about just these two pieces right here. So this, from Contractor Depot, from Shop Corp, was very inexpensive, UL approved, very nice device. It requires only 110 power in. Now you can get these with different voltages. You can get these with 480 volt, 208 volt, 240 volt, 110 volt. Then you can get into 24 volt, even 12 volt. Now these are AC. So these all use AC. These are not DC. So AC in. So I've got my 110 volts coming in, which is turned on my timer. Now, I can set individual times. I can program this. I can program, look how many I can program. 5, look how many I can program. 5 times, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can put 16 on and offs per day here. And I also can manually override it, which I'm going to show you right now. But before I show you that picture, let's explain what I got. So I've got my 110 volt coming in, which is powering this time clock. And then here I have a set of dry contacts. Now, if you look at the dry contacts, it's got 3 terminals. 3, 4, and 5. Can you tell me which one is the common? 3 is the common. You can see that it's common because if we look at the signal here, you can see how this could switch between the normally closed and the normally open. So this is the normally open, this is the normally closed. And I've got my 110 volt here because I want the 110 volt to pass through when this turns on to turn on this. Now this is all control wiring. Control wiring. It's going to power these 4 individual poles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I've done is I've taken one of the poles and I've also came off of my power and I went in and I fed the first one. Terminal number 1, pole 1. And then the output is my light fixture. You can see the black wire here going to my light fixture. It's just a standard, simple light fixture. But what I need then is I need power to come from here to go through when this turns on and turn on my contactor. Now, irregardless if there's a load connector, it will still work. But I have a load here. So don't get startled. We're going to push this button and we're going to turn it on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to shut it off now. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So what's happening? Well, when I hit this manual button, there's actually a coil in here that gets energized, which is going to pull against this contact, and it's going to close. So since I'm connected to the normally closed, right, or normally open, when I turn this on, this closes, comes across, and feeds my coil. So A1 is my coil. A1 and A2 is the coil. If you notice, A2 is also just connected to the comm in here. So here we go. Now let's assume I want to turn my pool fountains on. I can control this with my time clock here. Can have this set up to 16 times on or off. But the question is, I want to also control this from this switch here. So how do I do that? Can I add this switch into this so that if this is on or off, I can bypass it or I can override it? You're not bypassing it, you're overriding it. So yes, I can easily put a wire across each one of these. I could add a wire from 3 and put it into one side, and 4, put it into this side, and certainly control the load. What about this guy? What happens if I want to turn my pool fountains on, just say for an hour? Can I do this? Absolutely I can. I can take this mechanical time clock and connect it, also overriding it. What about the sun? When the sun goes away, can I have it work with the sun? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up so it turns my pool fountains on at noon and off at 6 p.m. If I want to bypass that, if I want to turn that on at night, if the time clock isn't working, I'm going to turn the switch on to turn it on or off. Also, I want it to shut off at night. I want to make sure that this would shut off at night. And how could I do that? You guys know how I can do that? I can do that simply. So the whole purpose of this is Contactor Depot, man. Shout out. Contactor Depot, 10% off. Promo code HENELECT10. It works. It's really good. Shout out. Now, the last and final part of this video is going to be another way I can control this, and that is through this device right here. This device works with an app. It's the same almost as this. It needs permanent power in. So I can technically put power in from my Wagoos and control it with my phone. So again, these two outputs will go directly to the coil. Okay? I'm going to make sure I use the same circuit, the same control wiring, so I'm not causing any difference in phases. I'm using the same power wiring, so irregardless if I turn things on or off, I'm doing it safely. It's Garrett from New Jersey, and I'm loving Contactor Depot, man. Thank you so much, Contactor Depot. Oh, and by the way, if you have an air conditioning unit, not say a split unit, but a real, like a whole house air conditioning, traditional air conditioning with a furnace and an air handler and then an outside condensing unit, this is in your condensing unit. 100% it is. The only difference is the coil voltage. The coil voltage will be different. It will be low voltage because it's controlled by your thermostat. But this is what's inside. You can see the coil. This is from Contactor Depot. This is a very nice contactor. It's beefy. It's really well made. And this is perfect for any HVAC guy. You got to have this on. And if your air conditioner isn't working, go check this guy. Maybe you can buy that from Contactor Depot. Save yourself 10% and get a good price. And you can fix that yourself. Just make sure the power's off. And don't do any electric work that you're not qualified to do so. I really like this.